Awesome! Welcome to week 4. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited for you. Really pumped because this week we're gonna dive really deep into a book that really changed our life about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. It was kind of interesting first learning about it, and then sort of the development and the growth that came from it. Honestly, just like a total game changer and really a core foundation if you want to grow wealth in business, if you want to grow wealth in stocks, if you want to grow wealth in assets, like anything you do, like you have to have the right mindset. And I'll tell you a story about we're going to teach a lot this week from Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. Definitely want to make sure that you get a copy of this book so you can follow along and make sure that you're able to review everything that we're going to learn this week over time as you go through the program, as you go through the coaching program. And what's really so interesting about this book is I'm so excited to share it with you because it literally changed my life. But I remember I was kind of learning about this for the first time years ago, and what happened is I didn't find it in a bookstore, I didn't find it on Amazon, I didn't find I had no connection with this book. What happened is I was working at this marketing company. I was trying to learn about marketing so I could help grow my business, right? Work on my business asset. And as I'm working at this affiliate marketing company, I have this manager, I have this leader, I have this coach, and we're working together for a couple of weeks we're getting everything set up. We're learning, honestly learning a whole lot about building an online business, which is super cool. You guys are gonna get to that part later. Right now it's about investing. But I remember if I had this book when I started investing, I literally think I would have probably saved over 6 figures, without a doubt, in wasted money, because I didn't understand the fundamental principles of having the right mindset. I remember back when cryptocurrencies, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm sure a lot of you guys, when you had Bitcoin, right? Oh my gosh, it's just so crazy. And I'm probably gonna look so dated over time talking about this, because it's probably gonna be super expensive. But I remember back when it was about $2,000 was when I was sort of getting into that space, and we'll go deeper into crypto once we get into the crypto part of the coaching program. But I remember I was getting in Bitcoin, and it was $2,000. I was oh, that's the coolest thing ever. It's gonna be awesome. You do mining, doing investing, and it went up and it went up and it went up and it went up. And because I had sort of been applying what I was learning in stock market, what I've been applying what I was learning with smaller stocks and how to use technical analysis to make really killer trades, I started applying that to cryptocurrencies, right? So instead of just trading just Bitcoin or just the big 3 Ethereum, Litecoin, Ether, whatever, instead of just doing those, I was getting into, there are thousands and thousands of these other currencies you can invest in, and they just work. It's so crazy because this might move 10%, but these other guys are gonna move 1,000%, right? And so you just have a lot more upside, right? And it depends a little bit on the market, and obviously you guys will learn more about that once you get into the cryptocurrency part. But what I want to talk to you guys about right here is the mindset, right? So it goes up and it goes up and it goes up and it goes up. But not just Bitcoin, so many of my other investments, they went up. I had this one investment, I woke up, I bought this investment based on some predicted news, some earnings, not really earnings, but sort of a big press release this company was gonna have. And also based a little bit more on the technical analysis. It was actually a really solid ABCD setup, which you guys are gonna learn about in the book. You guys have probably seen it. And obviously we'll go super deep into that once we get into trading and investing. But it was this really nice investment. So I buy this crypto, and I wake up the next morning, and it's up 3,000%. And I'm what? That's insane! And my first gut reaction, my first instinct was not to sell even 10%, not even 5%. I probably should have sold half. But my first gut instinct wasn't to sort of take profits. My first gut instinct wasn't to, make the money and protect the gains. It was to pull up my phone and be oh my gosh, it's the coolest ever. And I realized looking back, there's so many investments I made that literally went up thousands of percentage points, and I totally missed out on the gains. I totally let it fall through my fingers and didn't even capture them because I didn't have the right mindset. Because I sort of had this limiting belief in my head that oh, I can't make 10 grand overnight, and it was awful because it literally crushed my returns. And because I had the wrong mindset, like I was stopping myself from growing geometrically, growing exponentially. And I didn't really understand the concept that you guys that I've been sharing with you called set point. I didn't really understand set point at the time. But my set point was like really, really low. Like I was like 10, 20% a day was my set point. I wasn't used to making so much at once. And because of that, I let a lot of stuff fall away. And so as we go through Secrets to the Millionaire Mind, it's really critical to think about like how you can apply this to your set point. Because a lot of what's in this book will sort of circle around this core thematic concept of where you believe you deserve to be. And as soon as you can make it so that, you know, you're able to take the gains and you have the respect for yourself to take the gains and you make all the money at the top and then you get out at the right time. Like as soon as you can do that, like you're gold, right? You're set up, and that's the motivation. That's the move. So anyway, I'm working with this marketing guy and this coach, and we're like 2 weeks deep into this implementation. We're 2 weeks deep talking with each other and like getting really hardcore into business. And he's like, "Have you ever read this book called Secrets in the Millionaire Mind?" And I'm like, "No, I've never read that book. What's that book?" And he's like, "Dude, it's like literally the secret to mastering the inner game of wealth." And I'm like, "What's that even mean?" And he's like, "It's all mental." It doesn't. And he tells me that it doesn't matter what industry, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter how you do it. Like if you don't have the right mindset, you're not gonna have the right output. And he shares with me, I'm like, "Dude, holy crap, that's insane. That's so cool." And he shares with me how he's had literally hundreds of students, because he was a one-on-one coach, and that have gone through this concept and have gone through this book and literally changed their whole lives because they've realized how to make themselves become rich, how to make themselves become wealthy and have the millionaire mind. Now, when I first got this book, I thought some of you guys might have read like The Millionaire Next Door. Really, really great book. It's about this idea that there are just like an abundance of millionaires, and a lot of them you might not see because, you know, they don't act or dress like millionaires or whatever, right? It's the idea that, you know, you could be living right next door to someone who's a millionaire, but, you know, they look the same, right? And they drive the same car, drive the same, you know, you go to the same place every day. And you might not know initially how much is in somebody's, you know, bank account. It's like it could be a lot of money, it could be a little bit of money. You just don't really know. It's interesting because, like, especially if you're investing a lot, and as you get more and more and more into investing, at least for myself and for clients, like you have a lot of your money tied up in assets because it doesn't make sense to have your money in cash, because cash is just, you know, losing value from the inflation, right? Every single year, 2%, 2%, 2%, give or take. Assuming the world doesn't end, like it should be, you know, give or take 2%. Like that's money that's like just losing purchasing power every single year. A lot of people, they just have their money in assets. And you see some of the wealthy people on the planet, they're super, super wealthy on their bank account, right? On their statements, on their brokerage accounts, where they own the assets. And then they just live their lives the way that they want to, with the freedom that they sort of achieve from financial markets, which, anyway, I think it's really, really cool. And the point is, to get to that state, you have to have the right mindset. You have to have the right beliefs. You have to have the right inner game of wealth. And that's exactly what you learn here, and that's the core foundation. And I would brag it, like, it's so critical that you learn this first, because if you don't learn this first, you're gonna do what I did, be stupid, and not sell anything, and then lose a bunch of money, and be like, crap, what went wrong? And only then realize that, like, it wasn't the financial markets that screwed you over. It wasn't the financial strategies. It wasn't the plans. It wasn't the analysis. But it was all in here. And so much of investing is all in here. So it's really, really critical that we master you before we get into like huge geometric returns. Because if you don't have the right state, if you don't have the right place you're starting from, you can lose a lot of money really quick. And that's not the goal, right? The goal is to start off a light year ahead of everybody else. The goal is, you know, say this is the graph of progress, and this is like the amount of money in your portfolio. Like, the amount of money in your portfolio is going to be dependent on your returns, right? And so, like, my goal here is to start you off really, 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 really high, and then allow you to get up here really, really quickly. And so to do that, like, it's really critical that you don't, like, we'll call this like zero, right? You know, you don't want to start off losing money. You don't want to start off doing it the wrong way. You want to start off doing it the right way, having the right returns, so you can have the right growth for your portfolio. And really, really critical part behind that. I mean, it's twofold, right? The first part's financial education. The first part is like, this is how you invest extraordinarily well. And that's what you have at 9 to noon, and that's what we'll go deeper and deeper and deeper into. But the second part is sort of mentality. The second part is core mindset. The second part is, you know, why is it that two people making the exact same salary can end up with a net worth, one person has a net worth 87 times larger than the other person? It all comes down to mindset. It all comes down to the character and the individual. And you know, I can't change your personality. That's what I try to do I try to do a lot of that in the How to Win Friends and Influence People seminar series. But what I can do is I can show you exactly how to make abundant amounts of wealth internally, and then turn that into its physical equivalent. So, with that said, I'm super, super excited to share this book with you because it literally changed my life. After my coach recommended it to me, I read it, I was like, holy crap, it's the best thing ever, it's insane. And then it went on to yield so much in all aspects of life. And I know that it will be a total and a complete game changer for you. So, with that said, thank you so much, and I will see you sort of in our first module for Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Definitely want to make sure you get a copy so you can follow along with it. And it's also good to support the author, you know? So, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next module. Bye!